Get Up Crew, Romero, Pebbles, Melissa, Leroy, and our friend Roberto Wong. Roberto, he's part Puerto Rican. You didn't know that?
Legend.
You didn't know that?
I like Roberto.
Yeah. Bobby Wong from the Kowloon, the legendary Kowloon.
Thank you very much.
Is in here. I'm still mad. We had Jason Santos in last week, famous chef, right? And he revealed to us that he's never been to the Kowloon. Mind you, he lives in Melrose.
Well, I've never been to Melrose, so there we go.
So
now
you're always working.
Yeah. So, Bobby, you got a couple things going on. You got the 75th anniversary
Wow.
gala block party, and that's happening next
Wednesday.
Next Wednesday at 7 o'clock. That's going to happen at the Kowloon.
I'll be there. Leroy, you
I'm
gonna go?
going. I'll be there.
All right.
And
Come
there's
on.
I know,
Come
it's the
on,
middle of,
Pebbles.
I know it's the middle of the week, but you know, I
Pebbles.
might have to get out.
yeah.
We'll get you home early. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I would go, but I have the bedtime of a toddler. I apologize.
Okay.
And you also have a limited edition sneaker line.
Yes, yes. But this is we had one before a couple of years ago, but we decided to do one with a charity angle to it, and we've always been fond of the Joey Fund. So we talked about it for a couple of years with the Joey Fund organization, and Kate O'Donnell. We finally got together and we decided to collaborate on a sneaker with the proceeds going to the Joey Fund. So it would be a
Love
Kowloon
it.
Joey Fund sneaker.
Yeah, and if you want details on that, it's a limited edition sneaker. KowloonRestaurant.com. The Kowloon Restaurant. Are you on a? Is the Kowloon's time coming up? Because there's a rumor going around.
Yeah, that rumor's been going around for
rumor's
years.
going around like for 4 years.
years.
Yeah, so you're not.
So yes, well, we're going to downsize. That's the plan.
Yeah.
You know, so we like to keep the rumor going, so people keep thinking that. So
Yeah.
we have to come in one more time before
Yeah.
we close, so it keeps the people coming.
Great
But,
marketing.
right, exactly. But our goal has been for the last few years is to downsize and develop the property into some apartments, and then
Okay.
it'll be a smaller Kowloon. So that building actually will be torn down, which would kind of freak me out too. But
Yeah.
Okay, because see, the thing about the rumor is that if it wasn't the location where you're at, people will be like, that's BS. But they're doing so much tearing down and putting up different things in the Route 1
yeah.
area
Yeah.
that Kowloon. So you're gonna change the building, dude? Though that's
Yeah, we're looking at, we're getting to a point where we can't do it anymore. We're getting older, so we have to think of the next chapter.
Yeah.
And if we don't think ahead, we'll be stuck.
Yeah,
Are the
so-
younger members of your family, the kids and grandkids, are they involved or they don't want to be?
No,
or-
they're a lot smarter than the first group here. Say we were slaves to this job. No, well, we enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, we enjoyed doing this with our parents, and it's a different feeling when you get to the next generation with cousins, and you don't have that bond as much. Where we would fight and then we have to go home together. So,
Right. As long as you keep the saugus wings.
right.
We're still going to be able to get our saugus wings, right? I'm just saying.
Yes.
When you do the downsizing.
Hold on,
course.
but when you downsize and you tear the building down, are you gonna be what amount of time are we gonna be without the Kowloon there? Unless you do a
we're
pop-up
actually
shop.
downsizing the restaurant. So be in one of the first floors of one of the buildings.
Okay.
And it'll be, when I say a lot smaller, it'll be 20,000 square feet. That's the plan. So it'll still be like 300 seats. For us, it's smaller, but
Yeah,
So
because
you-
it's 1,200.
yeah, right now it's
Yeah.
1,200. And then with the outdoors, which is another 600, it's 1,800 in the
Oh.
summertime. So
Okay, Bobby, I just got to say, whoever's idea that it was to do bingo outside, brilliant.
I mean, it really
Oh my
caught on.
God.
It's crazy. First of all,
Pebs, I'm telling you.
I'm
Sorry.
upset that you didn't tell me. I did
I
not
just
know
found
about the
this out
bingo.
'cause people on my Facebook are there every
Oh wait,
week
you guys
for
are being
bingo.
serious right now?
Yes, Melissa
Oh.
and I used to go play bingo
Okay.
with her
God.
mother.
I will take
my
those
God.
punchlines and stick them back in my
Stop
pocket.
it. No, seriously, Bobby, like that's brilliant. And the outside, not to cut you off, I'm sorry. But
No, that's all right.
If you haven't been to the Kowloon, the outside space
Yeah.
is perfect in the summer. They have a stage, they got music, they got
Yeah.
oh my God, it's awesome. And then
Yeah.
bingo.
we had 400 people last week playing bingo.
See?
Right.
400 people
400
playing
people
bingo?
playing bingo. It just
How do you?
it's outdoors, so we can actually fit even more. But it just caught on fire the last few weeks, and now this week we're gonna expect another. Like tonight, it's tonight. We're gonna expect another 400 people.
Oh my
so.
god! I think legit my first restaurant memory is the Kowloon. Is going to the Kowloon. I mean, outside of like a fast food restaurant, is
Right.
going to the Kowloon.
Well, we used to do our Super Bowl parties
Yeah,
there.
I
all
went to the
time.
Kowloon before you guys started serving sushi. That's how long ago I went to the
Yeah.
Kowloon. And then
Before
once-
Chinese food, right?
but we used to do Super Bowl parties there, Super Bowl / birthday parties for me there. One time, I remember, I don't even know if it was at a Super Bowl party. We had an event there because you do so much stuff. You have the wrestlers and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But we had Bubba Sparks. Remember Bubba Sparks?
Oh, yeah.
That guy.
Yes.
We brought him to the Kowloon. We might have just brought him for lunch. And I got so mad at this guy because we went there for lunch, gave him a menu, right? He orders his stuff. Everybody orders their stuff. I order sushi, a delicious boat of sushi. It comes, and he starts grabbing my sushi like it's appetizers. And I said, well, hold on.
Community,
Yeah.
sushi.
I go, this is mine. And he goes, oh, I thought it was for everybody. I go, no, what you ordered is for you. I was gonna fight this guy because he was picking at my sushi.
It's all for sharing. That's what you're supposed to do.
And that's the other thing about the Kowloon too, is if you go there with a huge, I don't care if you go in there with 2 people or with 100 people, your food will be in front of you within 30 seconds.
And it's unreal
It's so
because you'll
fast.
walk in, it'll be so full, and you're like, we're gonna order and not see our food for 45 minutes.
Yeah, no.
And right away.
Yeah.
It's whatever.
No, it's all the staff. A huge, great
Yeah.
staff in the kitchen, and they've been working. A lot of them been working 30,
Two behind the
40
scenes
years.
yelling
Yeah.
at them.
Wow.
Yeah, definitely. And so during the busy times, that's when we're just producing it. Just keeps going
Right.
on. If you cook per order, it's a little difficult, and that's we like to. But when it's slowed down, we do that. But when it's busy, we're just frying the whole time.
Do you have a favorite on the menu?
Well, it's funny. Somebody always asks me, and it's always like there's so many different items. I like each different things and different times. But my go-to, it's kind of like meatloaf, but it's beef and mushroom with an order of chicken fried rice on the side. I mean, it's very simple, but this is
Sounds good.
that was one of my first dishes I ordered like 50 years ago.
Real quick, Bobby. I know this is the sister restaurant, but what kind of collaboration did you do with the Brook, the casino up in New Hampshire? Do you guys own that restaurant, or did they just kind of borrow it from you? Because they have a 9 Dragons restaurant inside the Brook, and they say it's like a Kowloon sister restaurant.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
9 Dragons actually is the interpretation of the word Kowloon.
Oh.
Okay, so that's how we kind of
okay.
like transformed that up there. So we ended up with a partnership, kind of like a licensing and partnership with a managing
Cool.
partner. And they've been great people.
Yeah,
Really good people.
I've been up there a few times. I've heard great. Well, for what?
A few times.
I haven't been to 9 Dragons though, but I've heard. Great
I didn't know
things.
you were a gambler.
I never see Andy at Encore ever.
Kowloon.
Oh, wow.
Kowloon's 75th anniversary party is happening next week. It's going to feature Starship
Yes.
And it's-
Nothing's gonna stop us now.
and Tavares. Go ahead.
More than a woman. They
Okay.
did the original version, right, Peps? Or did
Yes,
they
they
remake
did.
the Bee
No, they
Gees
did.
version?
They also do bingo. How are you going to do? How are you going to act out bingo?
I don't know. I can't do that. I don't know.
B7.
I'm not even joking when I say like my first restaurant memory as a kid because I grew up in Everett, so that was like my spot.
Right down the street.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was beautiful going to the Kowloon. And in case you're just joining us, there was a rumor that the Kowloon was going to shut down. They're not shutting down. They're going to downsize, but they're still going to be there because.
But it is still sad because that iconic building on Route 1 that's going to come down is really sad. I mean, but like I said on air, as long as you guys still have the Saugus wings, I think we're good.
That's all Melissa can say.
Okay. Pause for a second.
I paused for a
like,
second. Well, Saugus, yeah, okay.
Oh my God.
So, Leroy told us that you have a flip phone.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't have.
Okay.
Like when you say, can I see it? Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go back in time.
Okay.
Okay.
No smartphone.
And I need to know what. Oh my God. That is. Why? Okay. Why?
Well, I guess everybody started with these smartphones, and first of all, I'm not very technology inclined, so it's like, oh, I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? I never wanted to learn because it's just another thing that you have to add on as a chore to me. Oh, even though right now it's probably easier if I had one, but who knows? Calling Uber is tough on this because I talk into it, nothing happens.
Yeah.
But I just never got into that, and I see everybody on their phones, and it seems like they're wasting time. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather just live in the moment. I used to say that, and just in front of people. I'm not, naturally you look at your phone to text and make calls, things like that. But you add on the social media aspect of it, you'll never look up. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see the party of 4, and they're all looking at their phones. It's like, why did they work
Just
together?
talking about this yesterday.
Yeah.
And so I didn't want to be disrupted by that. I get disrupted enough anyway, so I didn't want to get add another layer of things that you think that you have to do that you don't have to do, and so that I never got one.
Do you find that you communicate less with like the younger generation in your family just because they don't like talking on the phone? They almost feel like
that was done on purpose. So, but no. They, people call. If you want to get in touch with me, you call or text me. It's not hard.
Oh, you text?
Yeah.
So you're going like
I text.
Wait,
Yeah.
you can text on that
333,
phone?
like doing the thing where you hit the number three, three or four times.
It's a rotary phone though, so you have to kind of like.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah, I can text. I can even take pictures. I'll take a picture. So,
Wow.
so.
Well, the history of Kowloon is fascinating. Can you, for people who don't know, can you talk a little bit about your parents starting and how the whole thing? I know it started a different name. It was the Mandarin.
It was the
House.
Mandarin House.
Yeah.
And 1950, my grandparents, which was my mother's parents, started the restaurant. It was an ice cream store parlor or something like that, and they took it over and they put about 40, 50 seats into it. And they ran it for about 8 years. And then my parents bought it from them in 1958. They changed the name to the Kowloon, and that's how it started. They added about 4 or 5 times to the restaurant from the 40, 50 seats, now 1,200, to get them about 1,200 seats.
And what's the significance with the name Kowloon? Like, why did they decide they wanted to change it?
Well, my father, who was born in Boston, his father put him in boarding school in China, so he would learn the language and how to write and things like that. And he stayed there probably 13, I think that was the age. But they asked him to leave because there was they knew there was an invasion. The Japanese were going to invade China shortly because you can see the rumblings and whatnot. So at the persuasion of his father, he left China. And they met up in Kowloon, which is right across from Hong Kong, which was a safe haven, much safer than where he was going to be. So Japan actually did invade. It was, during the atrocities, and my father survived because he was had the wherewithal of leaving before that and kind of basically saved his life. So fast forward to 58, after he got married and was working for his own father in the restaurant business in Mass Ave, right next to Symphony Hall. That was a restaurant there. They decided to go on their own, buy that restaurant they called the Manor House at that point, and they renamed it Kowloon.
What a great story.
Wow.
That's awesome.
So much history.
It saved his life.
Right.
That's crazy. Wow.
Have you ever worked outside of that restaurant, like in any other business, or did you just go straight into it?
Okay, I used to have a paper route. I did.
Yeah.
It was about 100 houses. It was
By the way, for kids who don't
Wow.
know, they're probably like, what's a paper route?
I know.
There used to
That's
be
right.
these things called
What's
newspapers.
a newspaper?
Which you would read daily to get your news. And there was a boy who would literally ride his bike or get a ride from his dad and throw the newspaper in front of your house.
Well,
in the
you know what
morning.
was even stranger? I had the paper route that we would leave school and deliver the paper. And you said, wait a minute, leave school
What?
and deliver the paper? They had an afternoon edition
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the
of the
updated
newspapers.
news.
No, they actually,
Yeah.
each of the newspaper had an afternoon edition, and that was the paper that we would deliver.
Oh, my
So
God.
that was really...
So you were like,
I was a hustler
and
at a
Bobby's
young
like, I
age.
can't go to math today. I have to go to work.
Now I'm really telling you how old I am.
So that's it, paper route, and then you went
Paper
straight.
route, I used to, well, when I do say paper route, I was just joking, but, I would shovel snow. When it snowed, we'd be so happy. Oh, yeah, we got to go around the neighborhood and shovel snow, make some money.
Oh,
But-
nobody does that anymore.
No. But in terms of a real job, I guess you want to say, I've always worked at the restaurant.
Yeah.
So since I was 14, my parents take us in to work if they didn't have anybody to watch us. We'd think we were working. We wash dishes and, you get on the milk crate and do that. And then when I was 16, my mother, we were having dinner one day. My mother says to me, it's like, you want to work at the restaurant full time on the weekends, on Friday and Saturday? I said, okay. I was thinking of helping them out. And it was just to stand at the host station taking names when there was a waiting list because, some of the people, the Chinese people that were born and, didn't have the language skills in English like I did. They couldn't spell the names. There was a lot of Italian names and, all kinds of names that they couldn't. So they said, we need somebody that could speak and write English well. So they hijacked me, took me over to the restaurant. And since that day, I worked every Friday and Saturday, basically.
Wow.
Throughout high school, throughout college.
God.
Yeah. So.
Did you guys have any idea that it was going to blow up the way it has? I mean, you obviously started smaller, and now it's become this absolute staple in Massachusetts.
It's a landmark.
It is. It's a landmark. I mean.
Yeah. It's hard to think that way because I've always lived in the restaurant.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like when you're inside, you don't really see it from the outside. So every time people mention it, it's like it's just the place I've been driving to for the last 50 years.
That's crazy.
But it's been fun. You meet a lot of people. It's a lot of work.
And the celebrities that have come in and out of there.
Oh,
when celebrities come to town, that's where they all want to go.
Yeah.
And it's crazy.
Right.
They come in and it's funny. It's like you're known when the wrestling show. Actually, there's a wrestling show I think this week, and whenever they have it. The wrestlers, I don't know where it started, but someone started going there and they started spreading the word. So whenever they go to Boston, they're just
Well, that's Andy. You know
there.
that.
Yeah.
Andy's a big wrestling fan.
Oh,
a huge wrestling fan. They have somebody that's actually going to be singing. I can't even remember the name.
Yeah, I told you about
Killings.
it.
R-Truth.
Yeah.
R-Truth.
Yeah.
So somebody's coming in. So Friday night we have a big band, back to the 80s, and they were going to be sold out. And then late night, he's coming in to do a singing performance. So it's going to be a crazy night Friday night. So, but I keep telling Andy, wrestling's not real. But he doesn't listen. So
He doesn't care.
So what do you? It's gonna be hard because you've been doing this since you were 14. If for some reason you weren't doing this, and there's a parallel universe right now, what are you doing?
It's funny. I tell people because not that it's not easy, but I said I'd just be a driver. Like do airport runs or be an Uber driver, and just I don't have to. Well, you have to think.
Like,
I mean, it's not as easy. It's not as easy as you think. You know what I'm saying?
First time visiting Boston?
Yeah, I said, I just drive around.
I got a nice restaurant I can take you to.
Well, I'll do food deliveries and.
There you go.
Wow.
Do you ever take vacation time off?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you travel?
Yeah, I mean, there's a group of guys that love to go golfing, so things like that, in Vegas. So.
Who's been your favorite person that you've met?
Well, actually, the 96.9 group.
I mean, besides us.
Okay.
I mean,
All right.
Fantastic answer.
Was that the right answer? Was that the right answer? Okay.
Okay, now what do you go to other like sushi and Asian Chinese restaurants, or is just straight up Kowloon for you?
No, I'll go. I eat everything, so I'll go to other Chinese restaurant, like in Chinatown or outside of Chinatown. But I don't have a favorite. It's funny. People say, "What's your favorite restaurant?" But you always have a favorite item, maybe at different restaurants.
Yep.
Yeah.
That you say, "Okay, I need the soggy wings at Kowloon.
Yes.
I need the steak at this place." So,
Yep.
So I really don't have a favorite restaurant, but I try. I go anywhere. So I'll even McDonald's. I'll go to the drive-thru McDonald's.
Where do you go in Chinatown?
Well, there's a place, Gaga, that's open late, so a lot of the guys would go there. But
I went to a dim sum restaurant recently. A friend took me. Is it Mei Li? Or I can't remember the name of it. But it was my first time having chicken feet.
Oh,
and it was so good. Like I dream about them. I know it sounds. Sounds.
How are they made?
They're like they're fried, right? Like you. It's
they
very
saute
specific.
them. They
how you
saute
have,
them with the sauce, right?
Yeah.
So that's a big delicacy.
Oh
is
yeah,
chicken feet.
and there's a lot of collagen in them.
Yeah,
and
but I feel bad for the chicken because there's like they only have like 1 foot sometimes.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
God.
But I'm kidding.
Chicken.
Yeah.
What is your favorite dish that you guys serve at Kowloon?
Well, I mentioned like the go-to was the beef and mushroom.
Oh, that's right.
And
Yes.
and the chicken fried rice.
Yep.
That was the old staple that I always thought. And
Okay.
It's and again, it's when I'm in the mood for that. It's
Yep.
like kind of like meatloaf for people that
Okay.
have that.
I will
Comfort
say,
food.
typically, like when I go to Chinese restaurants, I get the boneless ribs because the boneless is my favorite. But when I go to Kowloon, I have to have them on the bone. But I don't know what
No,
you guys do to your ribs on the bone, but you gotta get them on the bone.
We
You
definitely have the best ribs.
They're
on the bone,
unbelievable.
definitely.
Okay.
How often have you seen Melissa at the casino?
Well, actually, it's not me. It's,
No, Andy goes.
It's Andy
Oh,
goes.
Andy
Bobby's
goes.
not. I don't think I've ever seen you at Encore.
No.
But Andy, so funny story about Andy. So Andy and his beautiful wife, me and my friends, we would go to Thursday nights at Rare. They do prime rib night. So we used to go like almost every Thursday, and occasionally I would see Andy and his wife at prime rib night because we both would eat at the same time, like early. We're like early eaters. So 5 o'clock, I would see him and his wife. Not all the time. It was just a couple times, but it was just funny how I'm like, oh, it's prime rib night. I wonder if I'll see Andy.
I think he's there every week. I don't
It
know.
might be. Yeah, and you know what? I think I actually had breakfast with him and his wife too at the breakfast place once a little while back. Yeah. So no, it's
Wait, will you say you think you had breakfast with them like at the same table or just
No, well, it
eating
wasn't at
in the
first.
place at the same
I was
time?
there alone, and Andy
Yeah.
and his wife were there, and he was like, "Come on over." So I ended up having breakfast with him that morning. But this is a while back.
Melissa, we need to go for ribs and bingo.
Yeah, Pebs, anytime.
I'm serious.
Ribs and bingo.
Ribs and bingo.
Yes.
That's
I'm
a
there.
theme night right there.
Yes,
Oh,
I'm in.
man.
That sounds like a new restaurant, Ribs and Bingo.
Yes,
yeah.
I love it.
And chicken feet.
Chicken feet.
Have you guys or will you because you're not, like you said, you're not into technology and stuff like that, but with a lot of restaurants now, they're dedicating like a wall, or they immediately basically have somebody who is photographer style level like their skills taking pictures, because they know people are going to go in and want to take pictures of their food, or they're going to want to take pictures somewhere in the restaurant. Do you have like that, like a little aesthetic in there yet? Or are you thinking
like
about
an
doing
Instagram
that?
moment, that type of thing? Or,
Yeah.
No, people just take pictures of the decor.
Oh,
but I know what you're saying. There's like
Oh
a wall
yeah!
that
Now you
everybody
go
likes.
in somewhere, and you see
Yeah.
someone take a phone, and someone will run over and go, "I can take a picture, of you guys. Come over here to this wall right here." Like the restaurants are starting to cater to that.
Right. No, we never did that. I mean, it's a great idea. I mean, maybe down the road we'll put something up there. But I think people like to tend to take pictures of the entire environment, different rooms.
Yeah.
With the fountains, the volcano. So
Yeah.
that works as a pretty good backdrop right now.
I know.
To get over there.
You do have to get
I
over
do.
there.
I do. I'm coming.
Maybe we could do something for Leroy there. Just throwing it out there.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, Bobby, thank you for coming in.
No, I appreciate it.
Good
luck with
It's a lot
everything.
of fun.
It's always a good time. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.